Imagine you're standing at the edge of a new chapter in your life. You've crossed the milestone of 50, and everything feels different. The world around you seems to move faster, yet your heart quietly wishes for calm and meaning. Have you ever asked yourself what truly matters after this age? What should you focus on to live well, not just longer? How can you find peace when so much changes? Your body, your family, your dreams. These questions are natural and important. Many people reach this time with mixed feelings. Some worry about health, some feel restless about missed chances, while others quietly hope for more happiness and understanding. It is not just about years. It is about quality of life and even more about the peace of mind. Imagine an example. A person who spent years chasing success but feels empty now, wondering if life has more to offer. This moment is your chance to explore that more. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we seek to weave deep understanding into everyday life. Here, we bring insights that help you find calm, joy, and strength after 50. On this journey, you will hear about ancient wisdom, especially from Buddhism, that teaches us to live fully, to accept change, and to embrace each day with a fresh heart. Before we go further, there's so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please drop down your thoughts in the comments, and firstly comment, Namo Buddha, to stay energetic and connected with our community. As we move forward, remember, age is not a limitation, but a turning point. After 50, life invites us to slow down and look within. It is the perfect time to understand what makes us truly happy and to let go of what weighs us down. Buddhism teaches that everything changes: our body, our mind, and even our thoughts. Accepting this helps us find peace in uncertainty. At this age, many people start thinking about their legacy, the mark they leave behind. But more important than leaving things is leaving love and kindness in the hearts of others. Your daily actions, even small ones, can create waves of positive change. It's common to feel fear of loss, of youth, energy, or people we love. But Buddhism reminds us that holding on tightly only brings suffering. Instead, learning to let go gently opens the door to freedom. It is not about giving up, but about choosing wisely where to place your energy. This is the time to listen to your inner self. The busy world may pull you in many directions, but your true happiness comes from quiet moments of reflection and gratitude. Practices like mindful breathing or simply noticing the present moment can bring calmness to your mind. In the next parts, we will explore how to live this age with grace and strength. You will learn how to care for your body, mind, and relationships with a fresh perspective rooted in timeless wisdom. This journey is about waking up to a new way of living, where peace and joy become your companions. So take a deep breath. Imagine your life unfolding like a beautiful story, not because of what you have done, but because of how you choose to live each day from now on. After 50, the best is yet to come. Imagine this moment, right now. You are sitting quietly, breathing slowly, feeling the air enter your lungs and leave your body. The world outside moves as always, fast and loud, but here in this quiet, you begin to see something important. Time is not what you thought. Time is not a line that traps you or pushes you forward. Time is a river, always flowing, never the same from one second to the next. When we reach the age of 50 and beyond, many of us feel time pressing on us more than before. We notice how the days seem shorter, the years faster. We worry, am I running out of time? Have I done enough? What is left for me to do? These worries are natural, but they come from a misunderstanding. You see, time is not a thief, it is a teacher. It shows us the truth of life, that everything changes. This truth is called impermanence. It means nothing stays the same. The flowers bloom and fade. The seasons come and go. Our bodies grow older and different with each passing day. Even our thoughts and feelings shift constantly. Impermanence can feel frightening at first because we want things to stay safe, steady, and known. But it also holds a great freedom. When we accept that everything changes, we stop fighting what is. We find peace. Many people spend their lives chasing stability, a stable job, a stable relationship, the stable self. Yet life, by its nature, is never stable. It moves like the wind, like clouds drifting in the sky. Buddhism teaches us to look deeply into this flow, to understand that clinging to permanence causes suffering. When we try to hold tight to things that will change, pain follows. Think of a leaf on a tree. In spring, it is fresh and green. In autumn, it turns yellow, falls, and fades away. If the leaf could understand its own journey, it would know this is natural, not good or bad, just change. So too with our lives. Our moments of youth, strength, and joy will pass. Moments of illness, sadness, and loss will come too. To live well after 50, we must learn to live with this truth gently and clearly. This awareness does not mean giving up on life or becoming sad. It means opening your eyes wide to reality as it is. It means seeing the preciousness of each moment. When you know that a moment will never come again, you begin to treasure it. You notice the simple things, a smile, a breath, a bird song. These small things become treasures when you live fully in the present. Many people say, "I don't have enough time," but the Zen master sees differently. The master says, you have enough time if you are truly here. Being here means being fully awake to this moment, not lost in worries about the past or future. When you live in the now, time stretches and opens. You find a deep calm, a quiet joy. You may wonder, how do we learn to be here now? It begins with mindfulness, the practice of paying gentle attention. Mindfulness is not about controlling your mind or making it quiet. It is about watching your thoughts and feelings as they come and go, like clouds passing across the sky. Sometimes the clouds are dark with worry, sometimes light with joy. Neither stays forever. At this age, mindfulness can become your greatest friend. It helps you notice when your mind pulls you into fear or regret. Then you can gently bring your attention back to the present breath, to the feeling of your feet on the ground, to the simple reality of now. This simple return to presence is healing. Buddhism also teaches about the nature of self. We often think of ourselves as fixed, unchanging people, the same I from childhood to old age. But this is another illusion. The self is like a river, always flowing and changing. Your thoughts, your body, your memories, they are parts of this flow, not a solid, permanent thing. Understanding this helps reduce fear of growing older. When you know that you are not trapped in one form, but a living process, you become free. You can let go of ideas like "I'm too old" or "I have lost my youth," because those ideas are just thoughts, not reality. This insight also brings kindness to yourself. Instead of blaming yourself for what you cannot change, you learn to accept yourself as you are now, in this moment. You become gentle with your body's limits, with your mind's worries. You treat yourself as you would treat a dear friend, with patience and compassion. Impermanence teaches us about the preciousness of connection. Just as our bodies change, so do the people around us. Friends, family, loved ones come and go in our lives. Sometimes they grow distant. Sometimes new ones appear. Life is a web of changing relationships. Rather than trying to hold tightly to people, we learn to appreciate each encounter, each smile, each shared moment. We say yes to love, yes to kindness, even knowing that one day, everything will change again. This acceptance makes our connections deeper and more real. Many find that after 50, the small things become more meaningful. A walk in the park, a quiet conversation, a cup of tea, these moments open the heart. When you live with the truth of impermanence, every moment has value. Every breath is a gift. The Zen master reminds you that life is like a candle flame in the wind, delicate and temporary, yet beautiful and bright. You cannot control the wind, but you can hold your flame carefully with awareness and love. This is the art of living after 50. To live well in this age is not to resist change, but to flow with it like water in a river. Water does not fight the rocks or the bends. It moves around them, always forward. You too can learn this gentle way, living with ease amid change. As you practice this wisdom, you'll find that fear of the future lessens. You will stop chasing endless goals and instead find joy in the simple fact of being alive, here and now. This is the true gift of understanding impermanence. So, when you feel time rushing past, remember the river. It moves, but it also nurtures life. It carries you forward, but it also invites you to pause, to breathe, to be present. In this presence, you discover a peace that no passing moment can take away. The Zen master bows to your courage in facing these truths. Aging is not a loss, but a chance to live deeply, fully, and wisely. With every breath, you can begin again with freshness and hope. Imagine your mind as a garden filled with many kinds of plants, some beautiful flowers, some weeds, some strong trees, and some small seedlings just beginning to grow. Every day, the garden changes. Sometimes the sun shines warmly, and sometimes the rain falls gently. Sometimes a strong wind shakes the branches. The garden is always alive, just like your mind. And just as a gardener cares for their garden, you must care for your mind. After 50, this care becomes even more important because the mind can grow quiet and peaceful or restless and full of worries. The choice is yours. When a mind is calm, the world looks different. Things that once seemed troubling lose their weight. Problems become easier to see clearly. Happiness feels more natural. But how do you cultivate such a mind? How do you take care of this garden within? The first step is to notice what is growing there. Are there many worries? Are there seeds of anger or fear? Or is there kindness and calm? Awareness is like the sunlight that helps the garden grow. When you pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you begin to understand what your mind needs. In Buddhism, this awareness is called mindfulness. It means being fully present in the moment, seeing things as they are, without adding stories or labels. Mindfulness helps you stop running after the past or worrying about the future. It brings you home to the here and now. After 50, life often brings many changes. You may feel your body is not as strong, or you might have lost friends or family. These changes can stir many emotions. But when you practice mindfulness, you learn to watch these feelings like clouds passing in the sky, temporary and always changing. The mind garden needs patience. Just like seeds do not grow into flowers overnight, peace of mind takes time to develop. There will be days when your mind feels wild and uncontrolled. Do not be discouraged. Every moment of awareness is a step toward calm. It is helpful to create simple daily habits to water your mind garden. You might start with breathing slowly and deeply, noticing how the air moves in and out of your body. This practice is simple but powerful. It roots you in the present and quiets the restless mind. Another practice is to sit quietly for a few minutes each day, just watching your thoughts come and go. Do not try to stop them or hold on to them. Imagine your thoughts are like leaves floating on a stream. You see them pass without chasing or grabbing. Kindness is also a seed that grows beautifully in the mind garden. After 50, it is easy to become critical of yourself or others. But gentle kindness helps to heal old wounds and open the heart. You can practice kindness by offering loving thoughts to yourself first, then to others. When difficult emotions arise, sadness, anger, or fear, do not push them away. Instead, welcome them as visitors. Feel them fully, but do not let them take over your garden. Sometimes just naming the feeling quietly in your mind, this is sadness, can help it lose its power. Your mind garden also benefits from simplicity. Letting go of unnecessary worries or complicated plans creates space for peace to grow. Buddhism teaches us to simplify our desires because too many wants create unrest. When we are content with what we have, the mind rests more easily. Remember, after 50, your mind is like a wise old tree that has weathered many seasons. It holds deep knowledge and strength. Sometimes the branches may droop, but the roots run deep. Trust in the strength that comes from all your life experiences. Nature can teach you much about the mind. Just as seasons change, your feelings and thoughts will also change. Nothing stays the same. Accepting this truth is the heart of peace. When you no longer resist change, the garden of your mind can flourish freely. Sometimes, the weeds of your mind garden are the stories you tell yourself about aging or loss. These stories can make you feel small or powerless. But you can gently pull these weeds out by seeing them clearly and choosing a kinder story, one that honors your strength and wisdom. It helps to be gentle with yourself. Like a gardener who cares tenderly for young plants, you must care tenderly for your mind. Avoid harsh judgments or expectations. Instead, treat yourself with the same love and patience you would offer a dear friend. Gratitude is another beautiful flower to plant. Each day, take a moment to notice small things to be thankful for: a warm cup of tea, a kind word, a breath of fresh air. Gratitude shifts the mind's focus from what is missing to what is present, filling your garden with light. Sometimes, loneliness may visit your garden, especially after 50 when life's pace slows and friends may be fewer. Remember, loneliness is a feeling, not your truth. Mindfulness helps you be with this feeling without fear. Knowing it too will pass like all things. Breathing deeply and slowly connects your mind and body. When you breathe with care, your mind softens and relaxes. This simple act brings the gardener back to the garden, ready to care for each plant with love. Daily mindfulness helps you notice the beauty in simple moments: a bird's song, a gentle breeze, a smile from a stranger. These moments are gifts that nourish your mind garden with joy and peace. Sometimes, sitting in silence may feel difficult, but it is in silence that the mind hears its own wisdom. After 50, silence can become a friend, revealing truths that noise and distraction hide. The path of mindfulness is not about perfection. It is about gentle progress, a little at a time. Some days will be easier, some harder. Every breath, in every moment of awareness, is a victory. As your mind garden grows, you may find more patience with yourself and others. You may notice kindness naturally arising in your heart. This kindness is the fragrance of the garden, subtle but powerful. You are never alone in this journey. The teachings of the Buddha remind us that all beings share the same desire for happiness and freedom from suffering. Your garden is connected to the vast garden of life. When you cultivate peace in your mind, it shines outwards. Your calmness can touch the people around you, creating harmony in your home, your community, and beyond. The more you care for your mind garden, the more resilient you become. Challenges will still come, but you will meet them with a steady heart and clear mind. Age after 50 is a precious time to deepen your mindfulness practice. Life slows down enough for you to see clearly what was hidden before. This clarity brings wisdom. Let the garden of your mind be a place where peace blooms every day. Water it with mindfulness, patience, and kindness. Pull out the weeds of fear and anger gently. Celebrate the flowers of joy and gratitude. This is the path to true inner peace. Simple, quiet, and always present. Imagine a river flowing steadily through the mountains. It does not hold onto the rocks or the soil along its path. It moves gently, calmly, without struggle, accepting every obstacle and every change. This is the way of true strength, silent and flowing, not loud or forced. In life, especially after 50, you learn that strength is not about holding on tightly. It is about letting go. Many people think strength means control, power, or fighting to keep what they have. But real strength, the kind that brings peace, comes from detachment. Detachment is not coldness or ignoring life. It is a gentle release of attachment to things that cause pain or stress. It is learning to be free inside, no matter what happens outside. When you are young, you cling tightly to dreams, to possessions, to people, and even to your own ideas. This clinging can cause suffering because everything in life changes. People grow old, health changes, loved ones leave, and circumstances shift. If your happiness depends on things that change, you will suffer again and again. Buddha taught us about this many years ago. He said that attachment is the root of suffering. When we hold too tightly, our hearts become heavy. Imagine carrying a heavy bag filled with stones. It tires you, slows you down, and causes pain. But if you slowly put down the bag, you feel lighter and free. Detachment is like putting down that bag. It allows your spirit to breathe. After 50, you start to see how many things we chase are temporary. This is not a lesson of sadness, but of freedom. When you realize that nothing lasts forever, you begin to understand what is truly valuable. It is not the things outside, the money, the status, the youth, but the quiet peace inside. To master detachment, you do not have to abandon your family or your dreams. You simply learn to love without clinging. You appreciate moments without trying to hold on to them forever. You accept change as part of life's flow. This is the silent strength of the wise. Think about the leaves on a tree. In autumn, they fall gently to the ground. The tree does not fight them. It lets them go. This is natural and beautiful. When you let go of what you cannot control, you open space for new growth, new joy, and new understanding. Detachment helps us face difficulties with calmness. When problems arise, instead of reacting with fear or anger, you observe them without losing your peace. This is not easy at first. The mind wants to grab and hold tightly. But with practice, you train your mind like a gentle river flowing around the stones. The quiet mind is a strong mind. It does not get carried away by emotions or thoughts. It sees things clearly and responds wisely. This clarity comes from letting go of attachments that cloud the heart. In daily life, detachment means not being overly attached to success or failure. It means not letting praise or criticism disturb your peace. It means understanding that your worth does not depend on what others say or think. Your true value is your kindness, your wisdom, and your inner calm. This way of living brings freedom. When you stop clinging, you become lighter. You stop fearing loss because you understand loss is part of life. Instead, you cherish every moment because it is precious and unique. Buddhism teaches us about non-attachment, but it also teaches compassion. These two go hand in hand. Detachment does not mean you become cold or uncaring. Instead, it means your care is pure, without expectation or neediness. You help others not to gain something, but because your heart naturally opens. After 50, this balance becomes clearer. You see that loving with attachment often leads to suffering. You want to keep others close and safe, but life does not always allow that. Loving with detachment is accepting that everyone has their own path. You wish happiness for them without grasping. Many people find peace in meditation at this stage of life. Sitting quietly and watching the mind can reveal how often we cling to thoughts and feelings. With patience, you learn to let them pass like clouds in the sky, returning always to the clear space beneath. This practice strengthens your silent strength. You become like the river and the tree, calm, steady, and accepting. You are no longer tossed by every wave of emotion or circumstance. Instead, you flow gently, open to whatever comes. Detachment also frees you from worry about the future. When you stop trying to control everything, your mind rests in the present moment. The past is gone, the future is unknown, but right now, you can be peaceful. In this way, detachment is not about giving up life. It is about embracing it fully. When you let go of resistance, you discover life's beauty in simple things. The warmth of the sun, the smile of a friend, the quiet breath you take. This silent strength builds over time. Each day, small moments of letting go add up. You practice kindness to yourself when you feel attached or anxious. You remind yourself gently that everything changes. As you grow in this strength, you also inspire others. Your calmness becomes a gift to family and friends. They see a person who faces life's ups and downs with grace, who remains peaceful in storms. This is the deepest kind of strength, the strength of the heart. You may wonder, is detachment the same as giving up? The answer is no. Giving up means you lose hope or stop caring. Detachment means you care deeply but wisely. You understand what you can change and what you cannot. This wisdom grows with age. After 50, many people begin to see clearly what is worth their energy. They stop chasing empty desires and focus on what nourishes their soul. The Zen master says, to hold on is to suffer. To let go is to be free. This is the path to silent strength. It is not loud or showy. It is quiet and steady, like a mountain standing firm through the seasons. In your life, practice this daily. When you feel tightness in your heart or mind, pause and breathe. Imagine placing your worries in the river and watching them float away. Return to your breath. Return to your calm center. Over time, you will notice how much lighter and freer you feel. You will discover a peaceful strength that no one can take away. This strength helps you face each day with courage, kindness, and joy. Remember, detachment is a gift you give yourself. It frees you from the chains of fear, anger, and sadness. It opens the door to true happiness, a happiness not based on things but on your inner peace. Life after 50 is not about losing what you had, but about finding what you never knew was inside you. This silent strength is your treasure, waiting quietly to be discovered. Imagine your body as a temple, a sacred space where your spirit dwells. This temple has carried you through many seasons, sunny days, storms, quiet nights. After 50, the walls of this temple may creak a little, the stones may wear thin in places, but it still stands strong, still holds beauty. It asks for gentle care, respect, and deep listening. Many people think of aging as a slow fading, a loss of strength and energy. But from a Zen way, aging is not decay, but transformation. The tree loses its leaves in autumn, yet this is not the end. It prepares quietly to bloom again in spring. Your body is much the same. Every ache, every wrinkle, every slowed step is a message, a chance to know yourself more deeply, to honor what has been, and to walk carefully into what will be. To care for this body, first, we must pay attention. In the rush of life, how often do we stop and really feel what our body tells us? Perhaps it is tired. Maybe it needs rest. Sometimes it cries out for movement or for quiet. The breath is the bridge between body and mind. When you breathe slowly, deeply, you give yourself a moment to reconnect. This simple act of breathing with awareness calms the mind and nourishes the body. Many are surprised to learn that true health is not just absence of illness. It is a harmony of body, mind, and spirit. When one part suffers, the whole suffers. Mindfulness is the practice of tuning into this harmony. When you eat, eat slowly. Taste every bite. When you walk, feel the earth beneath your feet. When you rest, be fully there. This is not just caring for the body, it is honoring life itself. After 50, the body needs more kindness. It cannot run as fast or carry as much as before, and this is natural. The Zen teaches acceptance, not resignation, but gentle welcoming. When the body feels stiff, stretch slowly. When the mind feels restless, sit quietly. When emotions rise, watch them without judgment, like clouds passing in the sky. Sleep is sacred. It is the night's gift to the body. Do not rush it or fight it. Prepare your temple for rest with calm rituals. A warm cup of tea, a soft breath, a gentle thought. Sleep heals and renews. Without it, even the strongest temple begins to crumble. Food is more than fuel. It is a medicine, a gift from the earth. Choose what nourishes your body and mind. Simple foods, fresh and whole, bring energy and lightness. Heavy, processed foods weigh down not only your body, but your spirit. Treat food as a friend who supports your journey. Exercise need not be fierce or hurried. A slow walk in the morning light, gentle stretches, or mindful movement like Tai Chi or Qi Gong can awaken the body's energy without strain. Movement is a dance between effort and ease, a lesson in balance that the body teaches well after 50. Pain is a teacher, though often a harsh one. It calls for attention and care. Do not ignore it or push through it blindly. Seek help if needed, but also learn to listen deeply to what the pain says. Sometimes it is a sign to rest, sometimes a signal to change habits. Pain, like all feelings, is transient. Watch it come and go without fear. Your body is not separate from your mind. Stress, worry, and anger settle like shadows inside. Meditation and simple mindfulness practices help clear these clouds. Sit quietly each day. Watch your breath. Let thoughts flow without clinging. This peaceful mind will ease tension and support healing. The aging body also teaches humility and gratitude. It reminds us that we are not invincible and that every moment is precious. This awareness can soften our hearts and open us to kindness towards ourselves and others. When the body slows, the soul can grow deeper roots. Many people resist changes in their bodies. They want to hold on to youth, to strength, to what once was. But the Zen path invites us to embrace change as the only true constant. Like water flowing through many forms, our bodies change shape but remain the same life force. Learning to move with this flow brings freedom. It is natural to feel fear or sadness when the body ages. These feelings are part of being human. Do not run from them. Sit with them as you would sit with a friend who is hurting. In this quiet companionship, healing often begins. The body remembers stories, joy, sorrow, love, loss. Each scar, each line tells a tale. When you care for your body now, you honor that story. You say thank you for carrying you through all of life's moments. In caring for your temple, avoid harsh judgments. Speak gently to yourself. Celebrate what your body can do rather than mourn what it cannot. This shift in perspective nurtures peace and self-love. Aging also invites us to simplify. Let go of harsh routines or extreme goals. Focus on small, kind acts for your body each day. Drinking water, stretching, resting. These simple habits build strength quietly over time. Remember, the mind influences the body deeply. A joyful heart can ease pain and brighten health. Cultivate gratitude for your body's gifts, even on difficult days. This gratitude opens a door to greater well-being. Connect with nature whenever possible. Feel the sun, listen to birds, breathe fresh air. Nature's rhythms align with our own. Walking barefoot on grass or soil reconnects us to life's source. Sometimes the temple needs repair. Seek help from doctors, healers, or therapists when needed. There is no shame in receiving support. Like tending a garden, caring for your body is an ongoing process. Do not forget the power of laughter and joy. They are medicines that rejuvenate body and mind. Find moments each day to smile or laugh, even softly. This lightness strengthens your temple. Aging is not a battle, but a dance. The steps may change, the pace slow, but the dance continues. Listen to your body's rhythm and move with grace. Finally, remember that caring for your body is a form of respect for your life. It is honoring the vessel that carries your spirit on this journey. Treat it as a treasured guest in your home, with warmth, patience, and love. In this sacred care, the temple will not just endure, it will flourish. It will become a place of peace, wisdom, and quiet strength. The body and spirit will walk together, gently and steadily, through the years to come. After 50, many people find themselves standing at a crossroads. The path they have walked so far feels familiar, but also a little worn out. The goals and ambitions that once seemed so important now seem distant or hollow. This is a moment of deep questioning. What is success? What does it mean to truly live well? If success was once measured by things, money, status, possessions, now it may seem less fulfilling. You see, the world has taught us to chase many things. A bigger house, a higher position, more recognition. But these things, like clouds, come and go. They change shape and disappear. Holding tightly to them only brings frustration. The Zen teaches us to look beyond these illusions. Success, in the deeper sense, is not something outside of us. It is not measured by what others see or say. True success begins inside. It is found in the quiet heart that feels content with what is. After 50, life gives us the chance to step back and see clearly. What once mattered may no longer serve us. This is not failure, it is awakening. Imagine a tree. In spring, it grows many leaves, reaching for the sun. But in autumn, it lets go of those leaves. It does not try to keep them. It trusts the cycle of life. So must we learn to let go of old definitions of success that no longer nourish us. This letting go creates space for something new, a softer, wiser way to live. Many people feel pressure to prove themselves still, to keep running a race set by others. But the race is not endless. The true race is inward. It is about understanding yourself and finding peace within. After 50, the finish line is not about applause or awards. It is about waking up to the present moment and accepting life as it is. Buddhism teaches the middle way, a path between extremes, between wanting too much and rejecting everything, between pushing yourself hard and giving up. This balance is a gentle art, learned through patience and kindness to yourself. Success here is measured by how peaceful your mind feels, how open your heart is, and how you treat the world around you. You may ask, if not by achievements, then by what? Success can be found in simple things: smiling when you wake up, sharing kindness with others, breathing deeply when worries arise. It can be in the ability to forgive yourself for mistakes, to accept your changing body, to find joy in the little moments. After 50, many people begin to understand that life is not a checklist. It is a mystery to be lived fully, with curiosity and love. When you redefine success this way, fear loses its grip. Fear of not having enough, fear of being forgotten, fear of losing control. These fears come from clinging to old ideas, but the Zen teaches us to release that grasp gently. The mind often holds stories about what success should look like. These stories come from society, family, and even ourselves. But the Zen asks, who is telling this story? Is it true? Can I be free of it? When you question these stories, you begin to see the freedom that lies beyond. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means choosing wisely what to hold close and what to leave behind. It means understanding that your worth is not tied to how busy you are or how much you own. It is tied to your ability to be present, to love, and to be kind, even to yourself. You may find that after 50, your purpose changes. It may no longer be about building or achieving, but about healing, teaching, or simply being. The greatest success is often hidden in these quiet acts. A gentle word to a friend, a moment of patience when frustration rises, a peaceful breath when life feels heavy. This time in life invites you to become a gardener of your own spirit, to pull out weeds of doubt and greed, and to plant seeds of compassion and wisdom. The harvest is not fame or fortune, but a heart that is calm and clear. Remember, the Buddha did not measure his success by how many followers he had or how wealthy he was. He found success in awakening to the truth of life, in seeing things as they are, in living simply and kindly. You may feel lost or unsure at times, but this is natural. The path of redefinition is not a straight line. It winds like a mountain trail, sometimes steep, sometimes smooth. Each step is a learning, each breath a chance to begin again. Embrace this time as a gift, not as an ending, but as a deep beginning. The years after 50 can be some of the richest, most peaceful years if you allow yourself to see success in a new light. Success is not what you have done, but how you live now. Look around you. The trees, the sky, the changing seasons, they all teach us. They remind us that life flows, changes, and renews itself. We are part of this great flow. When you stop struggling against it, you find ease. This ease is the true success. It is the smile of your soul when no one is watching. It is the quiet joy in your heart that nothing can take away. So take this moment to breathe deeply and feel your own strength. You have lived many years, faced many challenges, and still you are here. This alone is success. In the coming days, as you reflect on your life, ask yourself, what does success mean to me now? How can I let go of what no longer serves me? How can I welcome peace and joy into my days? These questions are seeds. With gentle care, they will grow into a garden of wisdom. And from this garden, a new kind of success will bloom, one that brings light to your life and to those around you. Remember, the journey after 50 is not about proving anything to the world. It is about coming home to yourself. It is about living with an open heart and a calm mind. May you walk this path with courage, kindness, and clarity. The greatest success awaits within you. Imagine the world as a vast garden, where every person you meet is a unique flower. Some flowers are bright and open, others shy and quiet, yet all need care and respect to grow. After 50, life invites us to become gardeners of the heart, tending with compassion and understanding not only ourselves, but also the people around us. When we talk about compassion, many think it is about grand actions or big sacrifices. But true compassion begins with small, simple moments, listening deeply, offering a smile, or simply being present with someone in their pain or joy. The Buddha said that to live a good life, one must care for all beings, for we are connected like threads in a great tapestry. As we grow older, relationships change. Children may leave home, friends may drift apart, and some people we loved may no longer be with us. This can make us feel lonely or unsure. Yet, it is in this very space, this quiet moment between loss and change, that compassion can bloom most fully. When we open our hearts despite past hurts, we invite healing. Compassion is not only for others, but also for ourselves. Many people carry regrets or feel guilty about choices made long ago. In Buddhist teaching, self-compassion is the key to freeing the heart from suffering. It means forgiving yourself gently and accepting that imperfection is part of being human. In this stage of life, you might find yourself reflecting more on the meaning of connection. Who truly matters? What kind of love do you want to give and receive? The Buddha taught that true love is unconditional. It does not expect anything in return, but simply wishes for the happiness of others. This love can transform old wounds into new strength. Sometimes, after 50, people become cautious, afraid to trust, afraid to show vulnerability. But vulnerability is the doorway to deep connection. When you allow yourself to be seen as you are, with your fears and hopes, you invite others to do the same. This shared openness can create bonds stronger than any years lived side by side. Practicing compassion daily means noticing when someone suffers, whether a family member, a neighbor, or even a stranger. It means responding not just with words, but with kindness and action. Maybe you listen patiently to a friend who worries about aging. Maybe you help a neighbor with small tasks. These acts may seem small, but they ripple outward, creating peace in places unseen. In Buddhism, there is a saying, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Your kindness is like that candle. When you share it, you do not lose it. Instead, it grows stronger and lights the way for many. At times, you may feel overwhelmed by the suffering in the world or the struggles of those close to you. Compassion does not mean carrying all the pain alone. It means standing beside others with a steady heart, sharing their burdens without losing yourself. This balance is a wisdom that deepens with age. Another beautiful teaching is the idea of loving kindness or metta. This practice involves silently wishing happiness and peace to all beings, even those we find difficult. It is a powerful way to soften the heart and to understand that every person's story is complex and worthy of respect. In your daily life, cultivating compassion can be as simple as noticing the feelings behind someone's words or actions. Instead of reacting with judgment or frustration, try to see the person's humanity. This gentle shift transforms conflicts into opportunities for understanding and growth. Building deeper relationships after 50 also means cherishing the present moment with those you love. Sometimes, we wait for a right time to express care or gratitude. But the truth is, the right time is always now. A kind word, A shared meal or a quiet walk together can strengthen bonds more than any grand gesture. As a Zen master would say, the heart is like water. When it is calm, it reflects everything clearly. When it is disturbed, it becomes muddy and unclear. Compassion helps us calm the waters. When we approach others with a steady and peaceful heart, our relationships grow clearer, fuller, and more meaningful. It is natural to worry about loneliness as we grow older. But compassion invites us to see loneliness not just as absence, but as an opening, an invitation to deepen our connection with ourselves and the world. Sometimes the kindest act is simply to be with someone, offering presence without words. In every moment, life gives us chances to practice compassion. When someone forgets your name or repeats a story, patience is an act of love. When a friend grows distant, wishing them well without anger is compassion in action. When your own body feels weak or tired, caring for it gently is a form of kindness. Compassion also teaches us about boundaries. Loving others does not mean losing yourself or accepting harm. Wisdom after 50 helps you to protect your energy while remaining open. It is like a tree that stands firm in the wind, but allows the breeze to pass through its leaves. One of the greatest gifts we can offer others is listening. Listening with full attention, without interrupting or judging, lets people feel truly seen. This kind of listening creates a sacred space where hearts can open and healing begins. Sometimes, after many years, old wounds between family members may seem impossible to heal. But compassion teaches patience. Time, together with gentle care, can soften even the hardest walls. It is never too late to build bridges with love and understanding. In Buddhism, the idea of interdependence reminds us that no one lives alone. Our lives touch and influence countless others in ways we may never see. After 50, this truth becomes clearer. Every kind thought, every gentle action enriches the web of life that connects us all. You may find joy in new friendships or in deepening old ones. The richness of connection grows when it is rooted in kindness, honesty, and respect. These qualities make relationships a source of comfort and inspiration rather than burden. Sometimes we fear growing old because it means losing control. But compassion helps us surrender control gently and accept what is. It opens the heart to the simple joy of sharing life with others, even in the smallest moments. Think of compassion as a seed you plant each day. With care, it grows into a strong tree, offering shade and shelter not only for yourself but for everyone around you. This tree stands tall even in storms, rooted in love and understanding. Finally, remember that compassion begins within. When your own heart is kind and gentle, it naturally flows outward. Like a river that feeds the earth, your compassion nourishes the lives you touch. After 50, life invites you to be a beacon of compassion in a world that often feels hurried and harsh. Your years have given you wisdom and strength. Use these gifts to build relationships that bring peace, joy, and healing. In this way, your life becomes a beautiful example of love in action. A quiet force that changes not only your own experience, but the world around you, one kind moment at a time. The present moment, living fully with less. Sit for a while. Breathe slowly. There's nowhere to rush to. There's nothing urgent to fix. Just be here. Now listen. Many people live their whole lives waiting for the right time, for the perfect moment, for things to be better, easier, quieter. But time does not wait. Life does not pause. And one day, when they stop and look around, they realize that the best moments have already passed them by. Not because they weren't there, but because they weren't noticed. After the age of 50, something begins to change in us. We no longer rush the way we used to. Our eyes see more clearly, not just with sight, but with understanding. We start to value simple things, a quiet morning, a warm cup of tea, the laughter of a grandchild, the sound of wind in the trees. This is not a loss. This is awakening. In Buddhism, we often speak about the present moment, not as an idea, not as a theory, but as a real, living thing. The present moment is all we ever truly have. The past is gone. The future has not yet arrived. But right now, this breath, this heartbeat, this step, this is real. This is alive. Many people think happiness lies in what they own or what they achieve. They spend years gathering more things, more praise, more plans, more distractions. But as we grow older, we begin to see the truth. More is not always better. Often, more simply means more weight to carry, more noise, more confusion, and so the wise begin to seek less. To live fully with less is not about poverty or giving up everything. It is about choosing carefully. It is about noticing what really matters and letting go of what doesn't. Do you really need all those clothes you haven't worn in years? Do you need to keep worrying about things you cannot control? Do you need to hold on to anger from 10 years ago? No. These are heavy stones in your pocket. Set them down. A Zen story tells of a student who came to learn from a master. But the student spoke too much, always explaining what he knew, always asking questions without waiting for answers. The master served him tea and kept pouring, even when the cup was full. The tea spilled over the sides and onto the floor. The student cried, "Stop! The cup is full." The master looked at him and said, "Yes. And you are like this cup, so full of your own thoughts, there's no room for truth. To live fully with less, you must empty your cup. Let go of your endless thinking. Let go of comparing, judging, worrying. Breathe. Feel your body. Listen to the sounds around you. Watch the light move across the room. Be still. That is enough." You see, most people think life must be complicated, but true peace is simple. It is found in washing your hands slowly. It is found in cutting fruit with care. It is found in walking without needing to arrive. When you do these things with attention, the mind becomes quiet. There is no past, no future, only this. This moment. And in this moment, you are free. You are not your regrets. You are not your failures. You are not even your name or your age. You are awareness itself, silent, watching, alive. Can you feel that? That space inside you that is open and calm? That is who you are beneath all the noise. Living fully with less means knowing that peace does not come from the outside. It does not come from the next purchase or the next success. Peace comes when the heart is content. And the heart becomes content not by adding more, but by being grateful for what already is. Gratitude is a key. If you wake up and feel thankful for your breath, your bed, the sun outside, then you're already rich. If you can smile without a reason, if you can walk slowly and feel the ground beneath your feet, then you're already free. Ask yourself, how many moments have I missed because I was distracted? How many meals did I eat without tasting them? How many conversations did I not really listen to? How many sunrises passed while I was staring at a screen? It is not too late. You are here now. That is enough. After 50, life invites you to slow down, not because you are weaker, but because you are wiser. You begin to understand that rushing does not lead to joy. Slowing down does. When you eat, just eat. When you listen, just listen. When you rest, just rest. This is the way of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not something special you do in a temple or on a cushion. It is how you live. It is how you carry yourself through the day. It is how you speak to others and how you speak to yourself. You may feel sometimes that your best years are behind you, that your body is not as strong, your role in the family has changed, or your dreams have faded. But hear this clearly. The best years are not behind you if you are fully here now. The only time that truly matters is the time you are awake in. Let go of the weight you no longer need. Let go of the fear of being forgotten. You are not forgotten. The universe does not forget the stars, and you are no less important. You are a part of life, breathing and shining in your own quiet way. So take care of what's in front of you. Water your plants. Fold your clothes. Call someone you love. Watch the clouds move. Let each day be its own small temple. This is not magic. This is not religion. This is awareness. And it is available to you every second. When you wash a single dish with care, the whole world becomes clean. When you smile at a stranger, the world softens. When you sit in silence and feel your breath, Even for just a moment, you return to yourself. And when you return to yourself, you return home. This is how we live fully with less. We stop searching and we start seeing. We stop running and we start arriving. We stop speaking so much and we start listening deeply, lovingly, quietly. And in that silence, we find a joy that cannot be shaken. That joy is waiting for you. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Just breathe and begin again. Imagine you spent many years walking your own path. You have learned much, seen much, and faced many challenges. Now, after 50, something changes. You may feel a deep need to belong, not just to a group, but to a place where your spirit feels at home. In Buddhism, we call this place the Sangha, the community of friends, guides, and fellow travelers on the path. The Sangha is more than just people around you. It is a connection of hearts. It is the support when you feel weak, the shared joy when you celebrate, and the gentle guidance when you're lost. In this time of life, finding your tribe is like finding a shelter in the storm. The storms may come, illness, loss, loneliness, but the Sangha holds you steady. After 50, many feel the world changes around them. Friends move away, family grows busy, and sometimes the quiet can feel heavy. This is natural, but the Buddha taught that no one walks alone. We all need each other. The Sangha reminds us that true connection comes from kindness, respect, and being present with one another. When you find your tribe, it is not about fitting in perfectly or pretending to be someone you're not. It is about showing up as you are, with your strengths, your flaws, your stories. The Sangha accepts you without judgment. This acceptance is healing. It frees you from the need to wear masks or hide your struggles. You may wonder, where can I find this Sangha today? It can be anywhere, in a quiet meditation group, in a circle of friends who listen deeply, or in a community that shares your values. It can even be found in simple moments, a neighbor's smile, a shared cup of tea, or a phone call to someone who cares. The Buddha said, just as a flower cannot blossom without the warmth of the sun, so the heart cannot grow without the warmth of community. This warmth nourishes the soul. It reminds you that your life is woven with many threads of friendship, care, and compassion. Sometimes after 50, people feel isolated. Their children have grown, their work has slowed, and old friends may have drifted away. This can create a quiet sadness. But this sadness is also a call to reach out and build new bonds. The Sangha is not about quantity, but quality. A few true friends who walk with you honestly are worth more than many shallow connections. In the Sangha, listening is as important as speaking. When you listen with an open heart, you give others the gift of being seen and heard. When you share your own journey, you invite others to connect deeply. This sharing creates trust. Trust is the foundation of every strong community. Remember, the Sangha is also a place for learning. It teaches patience, forgiveness, and humility. You learn that everyone carries their own burdens. You begin to see your own struggles reflected in others. This reflection creates empathy, the bridge that brings hearts closer. Empathy in the Sangha is a powerful force. It softens anger, heals wounds, and lights the way through dark times. When you feel understood, your pain becomes lighter. When you help others in their pain, your heart grows stronger. Finding your tribe after 50 is like returning home after a long journey. It feels familiar, safe, and warm. But like any home, it requires care. Relationships need attention, time, honesty, and kindness. If you nurture your community, it will nurture you in return. The Buddha also taught about impermanence, that nothing lasts forever. This truth applies to friendships too. People come and go in life's dance. Some friendships fade, others deepen. The Sangha teaches us to appreciate each moment together, without clinging or fear. This acceptance of change makes your connections more beautiful. You learn to love freely, without holding on too tightly. This is freedom. It is a gift you give yourself and your tribe. Sometimes you may feel shy or unsure about reaching out. You may worry that you have little to offer. But remember, your presence alone is a gift. The Sangha is a place where even silence speaks, where simply being together brings healing. In this age, your life experience becomes a treasure for the community. Your stories, your lessons, your kindness, these inspire others. You are both student and teacher. In the Sangha, everyone walks both roles. When you gather with your tribe, you create a field of positive energy. This energy supports healing, growth, and peace. It helps you face life's challenges with courage. It reminds you that you are never alone. In times of illness or sadness, the Sangha becomes a refuge. When joy arrives, the Sangha becomes a celebration. Life is richer when shared. After 50, many discover that their greatest joy comes from giving. Giving time, listening, care, and love. This giving creates a cycle of goodness that returns to you many times over. The Buddha's way shows us that true happiness is found not in things, but in connection. The Sangha is the living proof of this truth. So, look around you with open eyes and heart. Your tribe may be closer than you think. It may be waiting quietly, ready to welcome you. Take small steps. Say hello. Share a story. Offer a smile. These simple acts build bridges. Remember, the Sangha is not just a group. It is a way of being, a way of seeing others as brothers and sisters on the same path. In this sacred community, you find strength, peace, and love. Here, after 50, life blooms again. This is your time to belong, to grow, and to shine together with others. The Sangha welcomes you with open arms. Imagine, if you will, the quiet stillness that follows the final breath. Many people fear this moment, as if it were a dark unknown to be avoided at all costs. Yet in truth, death is not an enemy. It is a natural part of the great flow of life, as essential as birth and growth. To live well, one must also learn to die well. This is the art the Buddha taught, not with sadness or despair, but with clarity and peace. When we are young, death feels far away. It is something we hear about in stories or see from a distance. But as the years pass, especially after 50, it becomes closer, a quiet shadow walking beside us. This shadow need not bring fear. Instead, it can become a wise teacher, reminding us of what is truly important. The Buddha said, "All conditioned things are impermanent." This means everything we know, our bodies, our thoughts, our feelings, changes and will eventually fade away. When we deeply understand this truth, the fear of death begins to soften. It is not a punishment or an end, but a natural change, like the seasons shifting from summer to autumn. Many people struggle because they cling tightly to life, holding on to youth, health, or the roles they play. This tight grasp causes suffering. But if we practice letting go, gently and without resistance, we open ourselves to freedom. Letting go does not mean giving up on living. It means accepting the truth that life flows like a river, always moving, never fixed. One beautiful practice the Buddha taught is mindfulness of death. This is not morbid or frightening. It is simply the act of remembering that each day could be our last. By keeping this in mind, we can live more fully, with gratitude for every moment. We stop wasting time on anger, regrets, or worries, and instead focus on kindness, love, and presence. Imagine the heart of a person who lives with this awareness. Their days are filled with more meaning, their actions more thoughtful. They cherish their family and friends, speak gently, and forgive easily. They do not fear loss because they know it is part of the great turning wheel of existence. The art of dying well is also about preparing the mind for the final journey. In Buddhism, death is seen as a transition, not a final stop. Our mind continues beyond this life, influenced by the thoughts and emotions we hold in our last moments. This is why cultivating peace, compassion, and wisdom is important, not just for living, but for dying. In many Buddhist traditions, practitioners meditate on death regularly. They imagine their own passing and the passing of those they love, not to bring sadness, but to deepen their understanding. This meditation teaches acceptance and helps clear the mind of fear. It reminds us that everything changes, and that change is the very nature of life. It is said that the moment of death is like the sunrise or sunset, a natural and beautiful transition. If we approach it with calm and clarity, the mind remains steady. If we have trained ourselves to be present, to let go of anger or attachment, then we can meet death as a friend, not a foe. Sometimes people ask, how can I prepare for death when I feel so attached to life? The answer is simple yet profound. Start by living with kindness, humility, and patience. Let go of grudges and regrets. Practice forgiveness, first for yourself, then for others. These small steps create peace inside, and that peace follows us when the final moment comes. When we understand death as a natural part of life cycle, our fear turns into respect. We begin to see life and death as two sides of the same coin. Without death, life loses its preciousness. Each breath, each heartbeat becomes a gift. In Zen, we often say, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. This means that the ordinary acts of life continue, but with a new awareness. The same is true for death. It is not something far away or strange, but part of the simple, everyday flow of existence. When we face death with awareness, we also face life with courage. We stop postponing joy or kindness. We do not wait for perfect conditions to love or to be grateful. Instead, we open our hearts now while there is still time. Many masters teach that dying well is the highest practice. It is the final moment to let go completely of fear, of pain, of all that no longer serves us. In this letting go, there is liberation. There is a peaceful smile even in the midst of change. Think of a leaf falling from a tree in autumn. It does not resist its fall. It does not worry about the cold or the end of warmth. It simply lets go and rests in a natural rhythm. We too can learn this art, to fall away gently, in peace and grace. If you watch a candle burning, you notice how the flame moves with the air but never fights it. When the wick is spent, the flame fades softly. This is how death can be, soft, calm, without struggle. This does not mean we do not care about life or do not seek health and happiness. Quite the opposite. When we accept death, we appreciate life more deeply. We become more compassionate to ourselves and others, knowing that everyone shares this journey. A wise person does not fear the dark, but understands it as a passage to new light. In this way, death is not an end, but a beginning, part of the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. As you walk this path after 50, remember, preparing to die well is preparing to live well. Let your days be filled with peace. Let your mind be free from fear. And let your heart be open to the mystery and beauty of this great journey. In silence and stillness, we find the truth that words cannot capture. The art of dying well is the art of living fully, here and now, with a calm heart and a clear mind. Imagine the quiet dawn when the world is still soft and the first light slowly touches the earth. This is the time of awakening. After the long journey through the seasons of life, after walking many paths and seeing many faces, you arrive at a new sunrise. This sunrise is your wisdom years, years full of calm, clear understanding, and deep peace. In this moment, there is no need to rush. The rush of youth and middle age fades away. You learn that life is not about hurrying to the next goal or carrying heavy burdens of the past. It is about being fully present, like the morning light that gently fills the sky without force or hurry. Many people think that after a certain age, life must slow down, become less meaningful. But the truth is quite the opposite. Life begins again in a new way. You have gathered experience, and with it, a clearer view of what truly matters. The distractions fall away, and what remains is the essence, the quiet joy of being. This is a time to cherish your own heart. Listen deeply to its rhythm. Feel the simple pleasures that were once overlooked. The softness of a breeze, the warmth of sunlight, the gentle sound of leaves in the wind. These small moments are treasures, gifts given freely by life itself. You may ask, what is the purpose now? What is left to do? The Zen way teaches that the purpose is to awaken fully to the present, to see clearly without judgment, to accept what is with kindness, both in yourself and others. This acceptance is not resignation, but a deep understanding that all things change. In Buddhism, we call this insight impermanence. It means that nothing stays the same. Our bodies change, our thoughts shift, and our loved ones come and go. When you see this clearly, you do not fear loss. Instead, you welcome each moment as it is, fragile, precious, and alive. As you age, you learn the art of letting go. Letting go of worries about what you cannot control. Letting go of regrets for things done or not done. Letting go of anger and sadness that weigh down the spirit. This is not easy, but it is the path to true freedom. Imagine a tree in autumn. The leaves change color and fall gently to the ground. The tree does not cling to its leaves. It trusts the cycles of life. Like that tree, you too can trust your own nature. You do not have to hold on tightly to youth, to status, or to fear. You can rest in the peace of your own being. In these years, kindness becomes your greatest power. Kindness to yourself, who has carried so much. Kindness to others, who walk their own paths with struggles and joys. A smile, a helping hand, a listening ear. These small acts shine like light in the world. Your life now is a gift to those around you. Your stories, your love, your presence. These create ripples that extend beyond what you can see. In Buddhism, we speak of karma, the actions that flow from your heart and shape the future. Your kindness and wisdom plant seeds for generations to come. There's also a time to prepare gently for the final journey, death. This is not a subject to fear, but to understand deeply. Death is a natural part of life cycle, like night following day. The Zen master says, when you know how to live, you know how to die. Preparing for this means living fully and letting go fully. It means being grateful for the breath you have now. It means forgiving yourself and others, so your heart is light. When that time comes, you will meet it with calmness, like a traveler who has finished a long journey and rests peacefully. You may feel uncertainty about what comes next, and that is natural. Even the Buddha did not ask us to believe blindly, but to look inside ourselves and find the truth. Trust your own experience. Trust the stillness within. In these wisdom years, you learn that happiness is not found outside. It is not in wealth or fame, but inside, in the quiet mind and open heart. Meditation, simple breathing, and mindful walking can help you return to this center again and again. Every morning is a chance to start fresh. Every evening is a chance to reflect with gratitude. You do not need to change the world. You only need to live with awareness and love. Look back on your life with gentle eyes. See the struggles you overcame, the lessons you learned, the love you shared. These are your treasures, your jewels. Hold them close, but do not let them weigh you down. Your life is a story that continues to unfold. The last chapters are not the end, but the beginning of something new, a peaceful awakening to what has always been inside you. So breathe in deeply. Feel the warmth of this new sunrise. Lay your heart open like a flower reaching toward the sun. This is your time to shine quietly, to be fully yourself, and to walk gently with the world. Thank you for being here, for listening with your heart. May your days be full of peace, your mind clear, and your spirit free.